Alright, we're getting ready to start our first game of Aeon's End. We have our town health pool over here, which is 30. We have our enemy's health pool, which is 70. And we have all the cards that we can buy during the game. And it looks like most of the spells I randomly drew during our setup session are all pretty high cost. 8, 6, 6, and we got this small one for 3. Normally I'd like to see some 4 or some 5 cost spells in there, so it may be a while before I actually get any spells. Um, while we play through this, I'm going to be trying to explain how the game works as we go. So first thing that we need to do is draw for a turn, and it looks like it's going to be the Nemesis turn. So we got to take care of his turn first. We draw a card, and it says Cleave, Rageborne strikes. So this is discarded. We'll put his discard right there. So he strikes. That means we draw randomly from his strike deck. I'm going to draw this card. The player with the most open breaches suffers 3 damage. So I would bring the card up here so you can read it, but the camera is not really refocusing when I do that. So I'm just going to read each card to you. This one's Frenzy, Strike. The player with the most open breaches suffers 3 damage. That's me because I'm the only player. So I'm already taking 3 licks. Then I'm going to reshuffle the Strike deck. And that was his turn. So I have to take off 3 health. Now we draw the turn order. Wild, that's me. So for my turn, I can cast any spells that are prepped in my breaches. So I don't have any of those. I can cast spells. I have 1 spell in my hand, or prep a spell. This means get it ready to cast next turn. You can only cast a spell in an open breach or a focus breach. An open breach, we'll say open breach. A focused one is any that you paid to rotate during your turn. So each of these breaches that are not opened have a cost to open and a cost to focus. This one takes 3 to open, 2 to focus. 10 to open, 4 to focus. Oh, have that one in the wrong order. My 3 is here. So this one's 7 to open, 3 to focus, 7 to open, 4 to focus. So you can cast a spell in prep a spell in any breach that is either open or has been focused during the turn. My card, I have a Spark, which costs 0 and deals 1 damage. It's a spell. I'm going to go ahead and prep that in my open breach. Now I have a Crystal, which is 1, what is this called? Ether, I believe. Another crystal for another ether, another crystal for another one. Then I have a 4th card, Emerald Shard. Gain 1 ether, or 1 player gains 1 life. So I could heal myself, which would be pretty nice, but I really need to get going with stuff. So I'm going to buy something, and I really need some mana. So let's see what I can buy, or sorry, ether. This is cool because this is this talisman, which I can't afford. Gain 1 charge, and ally gains 1 charge. When you're playing with 1 mage, anything that says an ally affects you. So this little like talisman would actually get me 2 charges. That's pretty awesome. Focus Orb. Focus any player's breach or destroy this to heal Gravehold 3 life. That's pretty cool as well. But I really need stuff that's going to either do damage, so I can kill stuff that comes out, or I need stuff to be able to buy better things. So let's look at it. When you gain this card, gain 1 charge. That's pretty cool. When you gain this, you may place it on top of your deck. Let's see what's coming up for my next turn. 3 crystals and then a spark. So if I were to place that on top of my deck, next turn that would give me 5 ether, which would be pretty nice. Gain 3, you may discard a card in your hand. If you do, any ally draws a card. That costs 5. That's pretty nice. I really want that one. So how I can get that one is by playing these 3. Actually, what am I thinking? You don't have to discard in this game. Why am I trying to buy stuff I don't want? I'm just not going to play anything. So next turn, I'm going to draw 3 more of these crystals, and I'll have a fair amount of stuff. So when you gain this, put it on top of your deck. When you gain this, an ally gains a charge. I could just save up. I'm going to have 7 crystals next turn, and that would let me buy something pretty cool. That would let me buy this thing. How else could I have enough to afford that? By buying this. I'm going to use these 3. I play these this turn. I purchase this. When you buy this, you may place it on the top of your deck. I choose to do that. These, at the end of the turn, go to my graveyard, or my discard. Then I end my turn. I'm hoping to play better later. So that's why I bought this way. Nemesis. The Nemesis goes again. So he draws. He gets an ability. If there are 2 or more Nemesis, unleash. If there are 2 Nemesis turn order cards in the discard pile, unleash 2 additional times. So there's 2 or more Nemesis cards there. He unleashes, which when he unleashes, he gains a Fury token. These are going to help him strike me periodically. So it wasn't that bad this turn, but now he's charged up. He gets 1. Then there are 2 Nemesis cards in the discard. So he unleashes 2 additional times. That kind of sucks for me. But there are 2 more turn cards left. I know they're both mine. So I'm really excited about that. So now we pull a card, and it says Player 1. During my turn, I can cast this spell that's been prepped here. And I don't think I'm going to. I'm kind of going to save that because I don't want it coming back into my discard. Right now I really want to buy. So if I cast this spell, it's going to go back into my discard, which means I'm going to have to draw it again. And yes, I'll get to do 1 damage, but that's not really what I'm trying to do right now. I'm just trying to buy some cool spells. So I'm going to hold off on casting this Spark. At the end of my turn, I was supposed to draw up to 5. So now I have a lot of stuff. So I messed up. At the end of your turn, you're supposed to draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I now have enough to be able to spend 6, which would be pretty amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 2. You have to have somewhere to play your cards. They don't go to... Relics and gems do not go to your discard till the end of turn. I play this to gain 2. I play this to gain 1. I play this to gain 1. I play this to gain 1. That gets me 5. I buy this thing, which is pretty cool, which has 3. Then I play this to gain 1 health, just because maybe I'll need that. Then at the end of my turn, all these go to the discard. And then I draw. So when I draw, I get these 2 cards. Spark, Spark. Then how you make your deck, this is really cool. There's no shuffling in this one. You just flip all these cards over, and that becomes your draw pile. So I draw, I draw, I draw. Not an amazing draw, but decent enough. We go with the turn order. We pull the card. It's going to be a 1, because there's 3 of mine, 2 Nemesis. So I draw 1. And now I get to play. I really don't like what I was dealt. I really want to buy one of these gems, but I really don't want to sit on these sparks either. Like I said, I told you I don't want my sparks in my hand because I want to be drawing ways to buy stuff all the time. So I'm going to pay 3 to focus this breach. So I focused my level 3 breach, I put a spark in it. Then I have an extra spark that I can't get rid of. There's not really much I can do about that, so I have to hold on to it. So then at the end of my turn, I draw, I draw, I draw, and I draw. Now we're set up that we can finally buy some decent spells. But our turn order deck needs to be reshuffled. Now this is kind of hard to shuffle 5 cards, so I'm kind of just picking from the top, moving to the bottom, picking from the middle, shuffling it around. And we're going to hope that the Nemesis cards got separated some. I really want my turn to come up first. Oh, at the end of my turn, these went to the discard. We draw the turn order deck. It's me! So that means I get to play some stuff. I got these spells prepped right there. I have another spark in my hand that I really don't care about. 1, 2, 3. So this is a 1. This is a 3. That's a 4. That's 7 I got. That could probably buy a pretty nice spell. I'm going to go ahead and buy Chaos Arc. Oh, at the beginning of my turn, just because I need these gone, I cast one of the sparks. At the beginning of their turn, before you do anything else, you can cast. So I cast my spark. Then during my turn, I prep this spark, just because I'm trying to get the sparks out there, and I don't want to hold on to another one in my hand. So now I have a lot of mana, so I'm going to go with 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 I have, and then I'm going to spend this one to gain a health. So 6 is going to, that's all in play, buy me a spell. Then at the end of the turn, these go to the discard. I draw, I get these, then I flip my deck so I can draw my last 3. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of lame, but whatever. Now we pull the turn order. Turn order is me. It's going to suck if the Nemesis goes twice in a row, but at least I have some time to do some stuff. I have 5. 5 could buy that really big gem. It could also buy a tiny spell. You may discard a card in your hand. If you do, an ally draws a card. That would be me, so that is a pretty nice card. So I'm going to spend 5. I'm going to buy this opal. I don't know. This is a hard call. I could buy that relic that gets me charges. Deal 2 damage. If you lose a charge, do a little more. I really don't want to have that in my deck. So I'm going to pay these 5 to buy this. At the end of the turn, these get discarded. I draw 5. It looks like Spark, my cool spell. Emerald. Looks like I drew a fair amount of cool stuff. Now let's see who goes. Nemesis. The Nemesis draws a card. It's an enemy. Gravehold suffers damage equal to the number of Fury tokens Rageborne has. That's a really annoying enemy. He's got 5 health. I'm going to have to kill him pretty fast, because he's going to knock down Gravehold pretty fast. So that's the Nemesis turn. This persistent effect will take place during his next turn. This was just a summoning of him. So he summoned this enemy turn. Looks like the Nemesis goes. We draw a card for him. This guy with 6 health. When he unleashes, when his persistent effect is during the enemy turn, he'll unleash the boss. But this guy's going to have his persistent effect of do damage equal to the number of Fury tokens Rageborne has. So that's going to take my city down to 27. That is a problem. Then we draw the turn order, which is going to be me, Wild. So I could spark something twice. And do I want to do that? I don't think I'd really kill anything with that. So I think I'm going to hold off and hope. So I'm going to prep a spell. To do that, I need 3 ether. So I'm going to play this. You made 3 ether. That's going to let me focus this. Oh, 3 will let me open this. Let me see how much more I have in my hand. 1, 2, 3. Not enough to buy anything really amazing, so we're not gonna. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and discard my spark. It says you may discard a card in your hand. If you do, an ally draws a card. So I'm gonna draw whatever this is, a crystal. So I spent 3 just to go ahead and open this breach. I prep my Chaos Arc. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 available. Can't buy a whole lot of cool stuff. When you gain this, you may place it on the top of your deck. I'm going to go ahead and buy that and heal myself 1. My turn is done. I have to draw up to 5. I draw this card I just got. I draw that, 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 and that. So a decent hand. And now we have to shuffle up the enemy. Haven't done much to him, and we have some really scary enemies out there. I really hope he doesn't activate first, because I'm going to take some damage. He's going to do a lot of stuff. I really need to start working these enemies down. Nemesis. That's bad for me. Draw another enemy. Persistent. Gravehold suffers 3 damage or unleash twice. Really don't like that guy on the field. That was supposed to have been discarded earlier, so that would be on the bottom of this deck when I had to draw. He's got 9 hit points. Looks like I drew really poorly because there's a ton of enemies on the field. But he doesn't do anything till later. This guy, Gravehold, suffers 3, so that's 24. He unleashes. At the end of the turn, when he has 4 or more, we take 3 away. At the end of the turn, if the Nemesis... At the end of the turn, Rageborne has 4 more Fury tokens. It strikes once. When he strikes, resolve the following. Draw a card from the strike deck, reshuffle the bottom card, the card back into the strike deck. He loses 3 charges. So he loses 3 charges, and he's going to strike me. His strike is Gravehold suffers 5. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get obliterated this game. That's pretty rough. Trying to pick up these cards to reshuffle. But at least this little like hound thing won't be hitting my base as hard now. I really need to kill all these enemies, but that's going to be really hard. So we'll just have to take them down one at a time. Gravehold suffers 5. It's at 19. It's getting obliterated. And he has 69 health. So it's my turn. The Unleash isn't as scary. Gravehold suffers damage equal to all that junk. That's pretty scary. Let's see. I can do 1, 2, 3. 2 additional for each prep spell in adjacent breach. So that's 5, 7. I can cast this at the beginning. Oh, I don't know if it's my turn. Yes, it's my turn. So I really need to start killing some stuff. This can do 7 damage. So I'm thinking I go ahead and spend all this to do 9 damage. This guy does 7, 3, 2 for this guy, 2 for this one. Then they each do 1. I do 7 damage on that. Sorry, 7 from this spell, total of 9. I do 9 damage, dropping this guy off the field just because he has a ton of hit points. I know the other guys need to go too. But I'm not sure I'm going to win this at all. So that'll get me started at least in the right direction. Now I have, when you gain this, okay, may discard a card to get a card. I'm going to discard this to get a card. Looks like a lot of crystals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's see if we can buy that spell again. I love that spell. 2, 6. Sorry, 5, 6. So that guy gives 2, that guy gives 3, this guy gives 1. That's 6. I'm going to buy this Chaos Arc again because it's pretty awesome. And I have 2 left. I'm going to go ahead and buy myself a charge. Charges go down here. When you get up to 5, you can use your ability. Mine's activate during any player's main phase. That player may return up to 3 spells from their discard into their hand. That player may prep up to 2 spells this turn on each open breach. That can be really useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my new hand, a spark, which I don't care about, a crystal, so lots of good stuff. Well, some ether and a spark. So, okay stuff. I get a wild, so that means I get to go again. And I really just need to get this spark out of my hand because it's not that great. Then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could buy another opal, but I really don't want to. So I'm going to spend all 5 and open this breach, which has +1 spell damage. Then I draw at the end of my turn, get that opal, and some stuff that's okay. Now we draw turn order, me again. So for my turn, I'm going to cast Spark. I'm going to cast that spell. And now I have 4 left. So I can get 4 out of this. I could focus that. I guess we'll do that. We'll focus this so I can put a spark on the field. So we have a ton of spells out. We know the Nemesis is going next. So we draw the card, Nemesis goes. He gets lose 4 charges, power 2. He'll unleash 4 times if he gets to use this power. So it's power 2, which means we put 2 of these tokens on it. And now we play through everything. Gravehold suffers damage equal to how many Fury tokens he has? 1. So that's not so bad. This guy unleashes. Still not so bad. We got to get ahead of the game, though. So, oh, I was supposed to draw. This is what's waiting for me. Now we got to shuffle up the turn order deck. I don't think I'm going to pull through. He has a ton of health. It's going to take forever to burn through that. And I have a whole lot of sparks I don't want. Okay, and stop. Wild, me. So that unleash thing's pretty annoying, but so is that other guy. At the beginning of my turn, I think what I need to do is... I have no idea what I need to do. Probably need to kill that guy. He has 5 health. 1, 2, 3, 4. That won't do it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to take... Unleash 4 times. That's a pretty ridiculous unleash. So let's see. 2, 5, 6. Okay, what we're going to have to do is buy a lot of charges so we can get rid of this. We can spend 4 charges to discard that. So there's 2. That buys me a charge. Here's 3. 4. That'll buy me 2 more charges. Then I discard all my charges to get rid of this. I need to get ahead of the game. So that's gone. This would get discarded at the end of my turn. I have 1 crystal left, which won't be used for a whole lot. Well, one of those discard when you gain this. Burning Orb. You may discard a card. So I'm going to discard this crystal and draw something. It's a crystal. So I guess we're going to do... That guy has 5 health. Seems like a little bit of overkill, but I'm going to go ahead and deal 3 damage, 2 additional for each prep spell and adjacent breaches. So I'm going to do 7 with this. That 7 will kill that guy that's hurting Gravehold. Then I will cast Spark, Spark, Spark. That's 4 damage because one of them was prepped on a breach that does +1 damage. So this guy's down to 2 hit points. Then at the end of my turn, this will get discarded, but I'm going to go ahead and prep this spell here. These get discarded. I have to draw up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So draw up to 5. So now I have 5 in my hand. Ugh. Turn order, Nemesis. We draw for him. Unleash twice. The player with the most prep spells discards the most expensive prepped spell. So this goes away. This guy will unleash twice. This guy will cause him to unleash. So he has 5 unleashes. At the end of the turn, he discards 3 of those to do a strike. The player with the most open breaches suffers 3 damage. That is a great strike, because I could heal myself. I was already back at full health. We're in good shape. So I suffer 3. That's the effect I wanted to happen. Now we draw a turn. Looks like my turn. So for my turn, I don't have a whole lot I can do. So it looks like I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to buy that spell that I love. So I'm buying the spell I love. It goes to my discard. This happens. And then I draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do the turn order. Me again, which means the Nemesis, I think, is coming up again. There's not much I can do about it. I don't have any spells to knock him back. But we'll go ahead and start prepping. I prep this here. I prep this here. I have 1, 2. I have 5 available. I'm going to play this. I'm going to use that effect to discard a crystal and draw 1. Looks like I draw a spark. That's not what I was looking for. I prep my spark. And that leaves me with 3. This will give me 4. I'm going to buy 2 charges, because my ability is pretty awesome. The Nemesis will get to go. Don't be an enemy. The player with the lowest health suffers 2, or any player discards a prep spell that costs 3 or more. That guy's pretty nasty. I don't want him to stay on the field. So he's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we go through all his stuff. This guy unleashes, so that makes the boss stronger. I prepped these in the wrong way. I should have put that there. That was my bad. So what is in my hand is spark, crystal, a crystal. Okay, I got some good stuff in my hand. So we're going to hope that my turn comes up, so maybe I can kill that guy. So the player with the lowest health suffers 2. I can take that. I don't want the other guy unleashing, though. So I really hope I go first. All right. The turn order deck has been reconstructed. Come on. Yes, me. So it's casting time. So I can't prep anything. I have to cast right now. This will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can do 6 right now to something. I guess. I will cast this spark. Let's see. I can do 6 to something with this. I think I'm okay suffering the damage for a little while from that guy. So guess I'm going to spark, get rid of those unleashes. And I will hold on to this other spell that's prepped. So I won't cast that one. I prep this. I prep this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to spend 6 to get 3 charges. That way my next turn I'll have a ton of charges. Okay, I get to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will talk about more about what I got later. Let's see who goes. It's me again. So now I could actually drop that guy. But it would take all my spells. But I think that might be worthwhile. I cast this, which will do 1, 2, 3. Well, let's cast this one. 1, 2. I think I got to use both. This sucks. It's going to be overkill. But he's just going to hit me. I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead and cast this. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, let's cast this one first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how this works. I don't think they cast simultaneously. So I guess I cast this one for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because the bonus on that breach. So I hit him for 6. Who do I hit? I guess I just need to take out his stuff. This might be the wrong... I can take the damage. Let's just hit the boss. We need to start working the boss down. He's down to 63. I cast this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hit him for 5. He's at 58. Okay. I hit him for 1. Takes him to 57. Now, what do I do for this turn? I go ahead, I cast this. I know this guy's going to be healing me. Or, sorry, hitting me. So, let's go ahead and, let's see, let's charge, half a charge. Let's get rid of all my charges. Let's go ahead and spend 4 to open the breach and 1 to heal. So I open this. My ability lets me return up to 3 spells to my hand. 1, 2, 3. Then I may play them. So let's see. And I can play up to 2 in different areas. So I'm going to do it like that. And my turn is done. So let's see. 4, that was opening my breach. 5, I got to heal myself 1. That's what I did with that last one. So then I draw this. And then I draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have 5 cards in my hand, and we hope that my turn comes up again, which is extremely unlikely. Oh, it's my turn! We're going to hit the boss really hard. So I'm going to discard this first, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I get to do 8 to him by casting this spell. Takes him down to 49. Then I cast this one for 8. That'll take him down to 41. Then I cast this one for 3, 4. So that does 4 damage. That takes him down to 37. I hit him really hard. I don't think I'll be able to hit him that hard again anytime soon, but I think that was pretty solid. And then I'm going to go ahead and prep Spark here. Then I'm going to pay 1, 2, oh, I will discard this crystal when I play this to get something else. Looks like a Spark. I'll prep it. So that's 3, 4. I will use that to buy 2 charges. And this crystal can't be used for anything, so it's got to stay in my hand. 1, 2, 3. All right, my turn is over. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be a fun turn when I keep going around. I finally figured out how I'm going to beat this guy. But unfortunately, it's Nemesis. To discard, spend 7. Unleash. The player with any player suffers 1 damage. That player suffers 1 additional damage for each Fury token Rageborne has. That's going to suck. Spend 7 to discard. I can do that at any time. Let's see if I have enough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to spend 7 to discard that. That power is ridiculous. Now I only have 1 of these left. So now, this guy, the player with the lowest health, suffers 2, or discard the highest prep spell of 3 or more. So I will suffer 2 damage. Alright, the enemy goes, again, because he was the only thing left. He draws, unleash twice, and then Gravehold suffers 3. Or place the most recent discarded minion that was in the Nemesis card back into play. The most recent one was the one that unleashes him. I will... Oh. That's a hard call. That other guy unleashes him. I will unleash twice. Gravehold suffers 3 and goes down to 15. The player with the lowest health suffers 2, so I'm down to 4 life. Then he unleashes. Gravehold suffer 3, any player suffers 1. So that was raise. Gravehold's down to 12. 1 player suffers 1, that's me. My guy's going to be dead soon. And now we reshuffle all that turn stuff. And we hope I get to go again soon. I hope my camera hasn't been shaking a lot. My camera is mounted pretty close to where I'm sitting. So I'm sorry for that. Let's go ahead and just try. Don't be Nemesis. Whew, it's me. All right. When you play this card, you may place it when you gain this card. I'm going to spend 2 to gain a charge. I don't have much going for me. I have three things prepped. So I'm going to hit this guy for 1 damage. So now I'm at 36. My turn is over. My turn was pretty sucky. I get these cards and whatever's on the top here, which is 2 spells, which are pretty cool. Now the Nemesis goes. We draw for him. Rageborne strikes. This guy's got 16 health. I don't think I can do anything about that. So then this guy goes. The player with the lowest health suffers 2. So I suffer 2, because that's me. On my turn, I prep this spell. I prep this spell. And I gain 1 life. Well, there's no point. I have 3. I'm going to go ahead and gain 1 charge. And then I'm going to gain a life, just because. Then we pull the turn order, and it better be me. Nemesis. This is going to suck. He draws. Gravehold suffers 4, and the player with the lowest life suffers 4. Or shuffle all Nemesis turn order cards back into the turn deck. Ugh. I'm going to shuffle them back into the turn deck. Alright, target player suffers or discards a spell. I'm going to discard this spell. And then this guy, Rageborne strikes. Gravehold suffers 5. So now Gravehold's at 7. Felt like I had a chance for a little bit. But I think the spells costing so much this game just made it so it's really hard for me to move forward. All right, I'm supposed to have 5 cards in my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please let it be my turn. Nemesis turn. Spend 8 to discard. He strikes twice. It's a power. So I'm pretty sure I'm gone. I can spend 8 to discard that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can only spend 6. So that's not going to happen. But for his turn, target player discards a spell. He strikes. His strike is any player suffers full damage that kills my player. So I'll need to reshuffle that. But let's see what happens when you die. I think you lose all charges, which really sucks for me. If a player's life is exhausted, resolve the following effects. Resolve the Nemesis Unleash effect twice. So the Nemesis gets to unleash 2 more times. Let's just pick this one and this one. Gravehold suffers 5 damage. It's at 2. Gravehold suffers 3 damage and a player suffers 1. 0-0. Gravehold has been destroyed by Rageborne. We didn't quite push through. I like this character. I just really think we drew poorly for our spells. I'm going to be trying this guy again. 36 doesn't feel like I was really doing it. And we only get 3 turn orders with 1 wizard, with 1 breach mage. But I really don't like playing more than 1. Well, I haven't played more than 1. But I really think playing more than 1 is going to make the game a little more complicated. Sure, I'll get 4 turns to his 2 turns, where right now I get 3 to 2, which I think it's just a little bit harder playing a solo breach mage. But I think I can pull off killing this guy. I'm going to draw new random stuff and hope that maybe my next draw is a little bit better. But thank y'all for watching. And as I can tell, because this camera rod is touching my chair, whenever I move at all, the camera shakes. So I'm going to try to maybe move the rod out a little bit further so the camera pole's not touching my chair, because I'm sure that was a little annoying. Sorry for that, guys. All right. Thank y'all for watching.